Today's story: Angels, Warm Sand, and the Secret of Courage and Trust. Scriptural reference: Matthew, chapter 4, verses 1 through 11. Jesus walked into the quiet wilderness, led by the gentle guidance of God's Spirit. The land was wide and peaceful, filled with warm wind and soft sunlight. Jesus knew he was not alone, even in this still and empty place. God was with him every step of the way. For many days, Jesus stayed in the wilderness, praying and listening to God. Even when he felt hungry and tired, he trusted God's care. The stillness wrapped around him like a soft blanket. When Jesus felt very hungry, a tempter came near and challenged him. The tempter pointed at the stones and said, "Jesus, you could turn them into bread." But Jesus remembered God's words and stayed calm. Jesus told the tempter that people need more than bread. They need God's word. His voice was steady and filled with quiet strength. The tempter fell silent at his answer. Next, the tempter took Jesus to the highest point of the temple in Jerusalem. He said Jesus could jump and angels would protect him. But Jesus knew God's love didn't need to be tested. Jesus answered that no one should test God. His words were gentle but firm. The tempter had no reply. Then the tempter brought Jesus to a high mountain. He showed Jesus wide kingdoms and lands and said he would give them to him if Jesus bowed down. But Jesus knew only God deserved worship. Jesus told the tempter to leave. He said that only God should be worshipped. His voice carried quiet strength that filled the whole mountain. At Jesus' words, the tempter went away. The air grew quiet again, and the wilderness felt peaceful once more. Jesus stood strong and unshaken, filled with God's presence. After the tempter left, God sent angels to care for Jesus. They brought comfort and peace after his long time in the wilderness. Jesus rested, watched over with gentle love. Jesus rose, refreshed and ready to continue the good work God had prepared for him. The wilderness had been a place of testing, but also a place of deep trust. Jesus stepped forward with steady joy. When Jesus left, the wilderness became silent and still, like a place that had witnessed something very special. The wind whispered softly across the sand. It was a moment of gentle peace. Jesus walked toward the people who waited for him, ready to teach, heal, and share God's love. The wilderness had prepared his heart. Now, he stepped into his mission with courage and peace. Jesus trusted his Father in every moment, even when things were hard. And just like Jesus, you are never alone. God watches over you with gentle love. Rest tonight knowing you are safe and deeply cared for. May your heart feel peaceful tonight, knowing that God stays close to you, guiding, loving, and watching over you in every moment.